Hey, Teddy, congrats on the contract. Just wanted to ask, how easy was this? I know you've had relationships with Patrick Alvin in the past, and just how easy was this contract to come together here?
Yeah, thanks. I don't know. I guess tough to say. I wouldn't say it was super easy. I mean, I think obviously took some time and stuff, but I think once kind of negotiations like really ramped up and stuff, I mean, it was really quick. Um, it seemed maybe a bit of a waiting game. It seemed like at least for me early on, and then yeah, like I said, like once things started happening, it fell into place really quick. So uh, yeah.
And after doing 1 year here, what did you learn about Vancouver, and what made you want to stay here for 2 more years?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably the biggest thing, like for both my wife and I, we just really love the people and everyone in the organizations. Um, my teammates, everyone's families and wives, and we felt like it's a really special group of people. So that was probably the biggest thing. I mean, obviously the staff, the way we get treated. I think it's a great team with great players, and we got a chance to win. That was another key factor. And on top of all that, I think we love the city. It's a great city, so much to do. Whenever people come visit, there's a lot to show them, and our families had never been out there until this past year, and they loved it. And we loved it out there. Great food, and then obviously when the team was doing well, especially in the playoffs, it was such a special and unique atmosphere that there's not a lot of places that you're going to get that in terms of hockey and the passion that the fans and the city brought. So I think an opportunity to kind of build off that and an opportunity to win in a place like that is something special. And you never know how often that kind of opportunity can come along in your career. So I think that was another factor in it as well.
We'll go
As
to
well as
Jeff.
kind of, oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to ask about the coaching staff as well. I know you've been able to blend in nicely with them. What is it about this staff that you like so much and are happy to return to Vancouver for?
With what? Sorry.
Just with the coaching staff, what about them made you happy about returning to Vancouver?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Like I thought we had a great relationship with Talk and Yosi and Footer and everyone the whole year. So I think, I mean, they obviously did a great job. I think, the expectations are clear now. I think being comfortable playing in that system, as far as like my familiarity with them knowing my game and my strengths and weaknesses and things like that. I think that always helps. I think when you're on a new team with a new coaching staff, I think there's kind of probably a time period of kind of feeling it out for the coaches to kind of get to know your game, different situations where they want to deploy you. So I think familiarity is big on it, and I think the way we want to play, the way we played last year, just be aggressive and possess the puck a lot, especially in the offensive zone down low, and the opportunity to make plays offensively, and so I think kind of combination of different things, I guess.
We'll go to Jeff Patterson, rink wide.
Hey, Teddy, congrats on the deal. Was there any appetite whatsoever to explore unrestricted free agency, or is there an element of relief to get a deal done here ahead of the window opening?
No, I think like we're just really happy to be back. Honestly, like we really did truly love it, and had such a fun year. So I think, I mean, free agency, like going through it last year, I guess it's exciting. It was, a bit stressful, and last year was our first experience. And I think, we were really fortunate to come to Vancouver. Didn't really know what to expect. Didn't really know any of the guys very well there. But I think after last year, like after the season, that was kind of definitely our first choice. I mean, you didn't know what was going to happen for sure. And, the business side of it gets tricky with, a salary cap and trades and different things and whatnot. But no, I mean, we're thrilled to be back, honestly. And that was by far our number one choice. I mean, obviously if it came to free agency, that's kind of the way it goes. But no, we're extremely happy to be back.
And when you look at your season individually, do you think the Canucks saw, what they expected from Teddy Blueger in terms of a guy that showed some versatility to be able to move up the lineup, face-offs, penalty kill, late game situations? Like overall, were you happy with your season here?
Yeah, I mean, just like most seasons, probably, some ups and downs. I think, If they were happy, I mean, that's probably, a question more for them. I mean, I guess happy enough to be willing to bring me back. But I think, yeah, for me, I mean, I think there was obviously a 2-3 month stretch where I was probably playing the most consistent and best hockey of my career, especially offensively. I obviously didn't maintain that the whole year. So, that's an area for sure that can be improved among some others. But yeah, I mean, I think, obviously playing different guys, different spots in the lineup, different situations. I thought, our PK was real strong second half of the year. So, being a part of that, bringing different elements, I think, those are some important parts of my game for me. So, yeah, I'd like to think that stuff helped.
We'll go to Noah Strang, Daily Hive.
Correct. Like you said, in the second half of the year, the team's penalty kill was much improved, and you played a big role in that. What do you think was key to that success, and how do you keep that moving forward next year?
Yeah, I think part of it was kind of a little bit of a tweak in our system and how we defended in certain situations. Part of it was just building chemistry with each other. I think we had a real solid rotation of, getting reps with the same guys. So that helps a lot as far as making reads. And, if I'm whoever I'm going with, whether it's Dak or Lindy or whatever, the more I get reps with them, the more I know what they're probably going to do. So it makes it easier for me to read whether they're going to pressure or not in certain situations, for example. So I think, it was kind of a combination of different things, a little bit systematic, a little bit of, kind of repetitions and kind of getting dialed in. And probably, once we started having some success building that confidence and going out there with kind of an attitude that regardless of what power play we face, we got a job to do here and executing those little details.
And Talkett spoke a bit at the end of the year about how he hoped that for some of the players, getting a taste of that playoff atmosphere in Vancouver would make them hungry for more. Do you feel that way after getting to see what the city was like and what the games were like during the postseason?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I think, I mean, the fans were going to be passionate. I don't know if anyone expected kind of that level of that kind of atmosphere in our building. I mean, that was, I remember just going out there, skating out there, just how loud it was, just getting goosebumps. And, it's kind of stuff you dream of as a kid, and what a privilege it is to play an atmosphere like that and to do something that people care about so much. And so I think to be able to come back and have that opportunity again, was big. And like I said earlier, it's not, you don't always play in a city that the team and hockey is so loved and so important. So I think that's definitely a special feeling. And I think, I think that was extremely memorable. And I think for sure that's a motivating factor for us going forward.
We'll take a follow-up from Chris Faber.
Hey, yeah, Teddy, just one more for me. Just Patrick's mentioned you a couple times as a guy who's really a big culture carrier of this group and something that you've done in previous teams as well. Looking at it, you guys had to change the culture going into this past season, but now kind of building on that culture, how difficult is that compared to maybe changing and building on a winning culture?
Yeah, I think it's a bit different. I think, I think bringing back a lot of the group that was there last year is definitely very helpful. And I think last year, was a big step for us as a team, and, hadn't been playoffs in a little bit, and just kind of gaining experience and learning throughout the regular season. I think, we obviously had a great start, but being able to maintain that throughout the course of the year is not easy to do over the course of 82 games. So I think that was a great learning experience. I think, but I mean, as far as like building the culture going forward, I think we have a solid foundation, and there are certain expectations in place that we have to live up to. And I think with the group that we got, I think we have great leadership and guys that will hold each other accountable. And I think also the closeness and the relationships that are in that room will push each other to be accountable and to do the job, and guys want to win together, and which I think is something special and you don't always get. So I think that's a big factor, kind of emotionally in situations and over the course of the season.
I just got to ask you a soccer question. Euros, who's your favorite for the Euros here?
I mean, I like Portugal up until today. I mean, who's the favorite? I guess probably have to say France, but I'd probably like to see Portugal win it.
We'll go to Kevin Woodley, NHL.com.
Sorry, Teddy. You've referenced Lindy and Dak and the closeness of the group and all the things that you sort of came through and did together this year. What's the attitude around the group in terms of how much turnover we might be looking at here in the next couple of days, including some of the names you've referenced? Like, is there a team group chat going on trying to convince guys to come back? What are your expectations, and how tough will it be if we do see a large degree of turnover?
Yeah, I mean, that's tough how it goes sometimes. I mean, I think not really a ton in the group chat about that. I think guys understand, and everyone's been through it before, that negotiations aren't always straightforward, and there's different things in play, whether it's family stuff or opportunity or obviously financial. So that's a whole nother side, and I think everyone knows, like, we'd love to come back with the same team and the same guys and build off those relationships and those times that we've been through last year, but that's obviously not realistic. That's not how it goes. And I think it'll be, like, obviously we'll know in the next week or so, but have a pretty good idea at least, probably. But I think regardless of any new guys coming in, anyone leaving, I think a lot of the guys will obviously be back, and just like when we added Lindy later on the year, or Z, and they fit in great. So I think any new guys will fit in great, be welcomed in and love it. So I think that's kind of an adjustment that any team has to make, but no one or two players are greater than the group. So I think it's kind of that kind of mentality, and I think anyone that comes in or whatever may happen, I think isn't going to change the overall dynamic.